Hello everyone and welcome to this live video. My name is Jermeen and I am the founder and owner of Visionary Accounting Group. We are an outsourced / virtual accounting firm and we specialize in audit preparation and organizing and streamlining the back office operations of nonprofit organizations and growth stage startups. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what virtual accounting actually is and how it can improve your business. So as you may or may not know, there have been a lot of technological advances as it relates to the accounting industry. And because of that, us as accounting professionals are able to do a lot more remotely, which means that we don't have to physically be in your space in order for you to have access to the same level of information, the same quality, even better at times, in order to run your organization. So I mentioned we mainly work with nonprofit organizations and startups, and I want to talk a little bit about that and why I chose that niche for my firm. So I have a background in corporate America. I spent a lot of time, working at a Big Four accounting firm and then going private. And one of the things that was missing was being responsible for a function from A to Z, but then also that feeling of giving back and truly helping an organization that was either disrupting an industry or really giving back to the community. And I did some volunteering, and then I also was an outsourced controller to a nonprofit organization, and that's where I really found the passion to marry my love for numbers, but then also helping these organizations that a lot of times are either cash strapped, they have to stay very lean, they're using borrowed funds, and they really have to be strategic and cautious about how they're spending their money. But that shouldn't come at the cost of having sound accounting all year round. These organizations are also prone to be audited because of them borrowing funds and being responsible to external stakeholders. And me having a background in audit, I figured I'd marry that expertise and, give back to these organizations, be of service to these organizations and help them keep their doors open, right? And making sure that they didn't have to compromise having, good quality data, good financial information, all because they needed to save some money. So they got a volunteer, or they have been managing the finances themselves when they're not well versed in what's happening. And so now they're not focused on revenue generating activities or their core business functions because they're so busy trying to figure out and maintain the finances of the business. I didn't want that for them, and that's why I created Visionary Accounting Group, and that's why we support those type of founders. We love that they are supporting social initiatives, they're giving back to the community, they are disrupting their industries, and so we want to make sure that we can be of service to them. So that is the gist of why Visionary Accounting Group was created and a little bit about virtual accounting. If you see me looking down, I have my handy dandy notebook, right? So the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is that with virtual accounting, there are a lot of benefits to the organization. Some might be thinking, how can you actually run my back office, run the audit if you are not here? And that's where technology comes into play. And it actually not only saves you time, but it also saves you money. So I want to run through a few of the benefits that organizations can experience by choosing to go the virtual accounting route. So one of them being you eliminate the burden and the headache of managing an in-house team. So we know that in-house teams come with their own sets of costs, from full-time salary, benefits, overtime, managing turnover. So there's a lot of things that come into play with that. When you outsource and go with a virtual accounting team, you don't have to deal with that. The other thing is that you stay audit ready. Some of you may have maybe a part-time bookkeeper or somebody on staff that does a little bit of the financial management, but they are not in a position to help you prepare for your audit. That is something that we do here at Visionary Accounting Group. And if you choose to work with us, we not only prep you for the audit, but we make sure that you stay ready. So if at any time your board of directors or an outside organization or your investors are saying, hey, it's time for you to be audited, there is no panic there. You are already prepared. The other thing is that you can leverage technology. There are so many things, apps, tools that can now be implemented with your accounting system to make your data and your reporting more high quality, high functioning. You can have 24/7 access to your data. It's more timely, it's more reliable, and it removes that human aspect. And it also helps buy back some of our time so that we can spend more time partnering with you, advising with you to determine what's really going on in your business, what's the why behind the numbers, and how can we use this information to improve your bottom line, to improve cash flow, and to grow your business. You also save on costs. We talked about all of the costs associated with hiring someone full-time, or if you someone's full-time, if you're talking about a full accounting department, and how not having that burden actually saves you a huge chunk of money, because a lot of times payroll is the huge cost that businesses usually have. It's one of the higher costs. And a lot of times when you're trying to figure out how do you reduce this cost, it usually comes in the form of pay cuts or having to lay people off, fire people. But if you outsource, you won't have that issue. And then lastly, you have access to a fully functioning accounting department without having to sacrifice on the type of information you get, the quality of the data. And a lot of times now it's even better when you choose to outsource and go with a virtual firm. And honestly, that's why we do what we do. We want to make sure that you didn't have to compromise because you needed to save money. That means that the quality of data that you get is not that great, or that we're just delivering reports to you monthly and you have no clue what's happening here, and that it's reactive versus proactive. We take a proactive approach. We partner with you, we work with you, and we are in the boardroom with you versus in the back room just crunching numbers and then funneling those up to you. We make sure that you understand the information and that you are well educated to then speak to what's going on in your business and support that with numbers that you actually understand. So if this is making your head spin and you're like, what is going on? Is this something that will be beneficial to me? 9 times out of 10, it probably is. Doesn't that sound amazing? Like, how much better would you feel? How much more peace of mind would you have if you could relinquish having to have so much control over what's going on in the organization as far as financial management, and focus on revenue generating activities and focus on growing your core business, and then partnering with someone who can make sure that you have access to the financial information that you need, but also making sure that we are not taking up too much of your time with information or data that is not important and that won't move the needle in your business. Now, if this sounds like something that is definitely beneficial to you, I think it'd be worth jumping on a call. I invite you to schedule a call with me. I will put the link to my schedule in the comment section. You can schedule a call and we can talk about how I can be of service to you and your organization. And if you just have any questions and you want to discuss what's actually happening in your business right now, because I'm sure as you watch this video, you're kind of thinking like, what is not working? What's broken? What's keeping you up at night? What are you unsatisfied with as it relates to managing your business finances? And let's talk about those things. Let's discuss what's happening and see how we at Visionary Accounting Group can be of service to you. So that's all for this video. That is the gist on what virtual accounting is and how it can help improve your business. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And if this sounds like something that you're interested in and would be beneficial to you, please, I invite you to schedule a free consult.